Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Destiny 2. So it's not really the next week, but I also forgot that we technically didn't do all the storyline. Because we do have this. So we still have to do that because, now they've been kind of expanding on the entire story itself. So we might as well do that right now. Now, the interesting part is that I completely forgot that they actually did this. Main reason why is because they never brought any attention to this mission. Doesn't make sense to me. If you want to expand the mission, please let us know, because I want to know more. Because, if you have seen the review on the review channel, you saw what I kind of said about it. And I think, if we want to get more of an understanding of what the hell's going on, yeah, let us know, please. I don't feel like being left in the dark for no reason. Especially when it comes to this stuff. Because, obviously, you have, a lot of stuff going down as of right now in regards to multiple things. So, we should really actually look into that. Oh, I can't even... Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, well, I'm going to Himself Park. Kind of wish it was the other location, but, it is what it is. Obviously, it makes sense for us to go back there. So, it is going to be that way. Now, when it comes down to this whole type of situation, we have to see exactly what the hell's going on. One thing that I'm also kind of wondering, I think you guys can actually hear my AC, because it's actually fairly loud, and I have never had it on while I was recording at all. So I'm not sure if you guys can actually hear it. I know that I know that you cannot hear it on OBS, but I'm not using OBS. I never use OBS when it comes to that. Main reason is because OBS is a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, especially when it comes to getting the actual footage, because it has to be like, oh yeah, we have to record it in MKV, and then we have to convert it over to MP4. And the problem is that if anything crashes, well, there goes all your footage. So it's kind of an unfortunate situation when it comes down to that, if you know what I mean. I mean, it makes sense because it's like, oh hey, there's that, but I kind of don't want it to be like that. And also the way that they had the balancing for the audio, I will need to screw around with it a little bit more. But yeah, no, I'm just using Shadowplay right now, which does, again, hit or miss. I personally like it because it does a little bit less of a pain in the ass on the rendering. Oh, what I want, that's what I want. Oh, I could just hop in it. Why the fuck did it even go this way? I didn't even realize you can hop into it. I thought it was like, oh hey, you had to go to this location to do this. I guess not. It's just something you can hop right into. Should have fucking figured that out, huh? Whatever. Well, I guess we're back here.
Gioma Essie, research log, the Veil. I don't even know where to start. When we landed on Neptune, there was something waiting for us. An alien structure. It's an electromagnetic anomaly. No mass, but a tangible surface area. It's like a thesis statement to the von Neumann-Wigner hypothesis. It's definitely paracausal, like the Traveler. Maya calls it the Veil. She says she heard the name in a whisper when she looked at it. When I asked her who whispered, she said it was her own voice. I still haven't had time to process that. Everyone on the initial survey team died. The minute they touched the object, they entered a state of brain death. All of them. To make it worse, the EM radiation emitting from the Veil is causing psychological distress in the exos that came with us. They've all described moments of intense, hallucinogenic reverie. Some of them went silent and rigid and just stopped. Maya called it billboarding. Something from the early days of Clovis Bray's Exomind project. She doesn't seem afraid or surprised. She's convinced this thing, in her own words, she says, it'll be our salvation.
Fascinating. This corroborates what Nezarek said, that the Veil survived Savathun's escapade. This must have been the root of Savathun's betrayal, stalling the witness's plan to buy time to counter it.
So, she stole the Veil from Nezarek?
And killed him in doing so. It explains what happened to the Lunar Pyramid, why it's dormant.
And what about the rest of this? What happened to the Exos? Is that what happened to all of them?
I have some theories, but it's too early. Regardless, it sounds like the Veil had an ill effect on Dr. Sandaresh. We must be cautious. Hopefully the next log we decrypt will shed more light on this enigma.
Let me see if we can do it.
Geoma Essie, research log. The Veil. We shouldn't settle here. It's a mistake. But Maya is insistent that we have to build our long-term shelters near the Veil. We're almost done constructing an enclosure around it. Once the field emitters are up, we should at least be safe from its radiation. The Siva tech Maya had on the Exodus was a lifesaver. Not only for building the enclosure, but shelters, tools. We'd be dead without it. But it still wasn't fast enough. The last XO in our group succumbed to brain death yesterday. Maya's quarantined the bodies for study. She says our next step should be finding a way to draw power from the Veil so we're self-sufficient. I'm insisting on turbines instead. But she doesn't think that's good enough. Not for as long term as this might be. Which, I guess. But I can't shake this feeling. Like we're making a terrible mistake.
I'm not getting a good vibe from this. Quinn says these records contradict some of her own. But there's a ton of references to Maya Sundaresh in our archives that are redacted. I'm worried, Osiris. What if everything we've been told our whole lives? What if it was all a lie?
Don't despair yet, young friend. The truth may be somewhere between these logs and what you've been told in the past. In my experience, history can be contradictory. Regardless, we won't know until we decrypt more of these logs.
Yeah. Is that really it? No, there has to be more to it, right? I guess not, actually. Maybe what happens is that when it came down to it, that's kind of like the whole story. And so you just come back here over and over again just to get further updates, I guess. But I don't know. It's strange. I mean, the fact that we don't have an ending to this is kind of weird, but also it kind of does make a little bit more sense. Primarily because it gives you some time to really think about exactly what the hell is going on, you know? Like, the fact of the matter is that we are essentially potentially fighting whatever the hell this is. No, this is what we found in the Avalon thing. You know? This is the situation. This is what we have discovered. So, you know, when it comes down to it, we don't know exactly what the hell is going on. Which sucks, but I mean, it's something. So it does look like that it's growing. Slowly, but it's growing. Then it recedes. Okay. That's interesting. But I'm not surprised that there is a cover-up when it comes down to this, just because, one, when it comes to something that's dangerous or something that is, like, super, super unknown, the secrecy is always the one thing that comes down to play, because here's when it comes down to it. Anything unknown, a lot of the times, it can cause fear, it can cause concern, and it can cause worry. Now, does it mean that we should always censor stuff? No, I think it's better to have everything taken care of, but not gonna say what they did was right, but I can understand the reasoning behind it. I don't know. Personally, I don't think it's something that should have happened, especially when it comes down to it. But again, ultimately, it's not a government that came here to discover the Veil. It was a corporation. And you know how corporations are? They want to make sure that their IP cannot be stolen. I guess there's that. I wonder if there is anything else. Let me do another launch in here just to kind of see what else is going on, because the fact that there isn't a second one is kind of an interesting, like a third one is kind of an interesting one. But let's double check. Let's kind of see what's going on here, because ultimately, I don't know. Who knows exactly, right? No, we have nothing else. This is just a normal. Oh, so this isn't even actually a mission area. It's not a quest area. It's an actual location to chill. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to really deal with this idea or kind of how this goes. But ultimately, again, I'm not the one who does all the stuff. No, I'm not the one who controls the way that this works and all that. Hopefully, we get a little bit more information the longer we do come back here, which I bet, depending on how long Bungie decides to stick this through, it's possible that we may get more for a while. Possibly throughout the entirety of the season. Or maybe even the year. Kinda hoping the latter, because I really would want to get a little bit more. But still, that doesn't take away the fact that this information and the way that this is kind of turning out to be makes a lot more sense on the understanding of kind of how everything is. Where we still have no idea what was happening with the Veil, even if we found it centuries ago. So, I don't know. Who knows what else we would find? But until then, this is going to be it for now. And hopefully, unless they have another thing to set up, I think this is going to be it until the next reset. So, see you guys around. Take care.